Thank you, Ron, and I'll try to be brief in my remarks, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you about my run for North Carolina Attorney General. You know, Ron has touched on it in a couple of different ways of why I'm in this race. We all know what the truth is. The truth is we have a big, bloated, out-of-control federal government, and every single day our values are under attack from that same federal government. We got a president, a lawless president, who is, while he's busy releasing detainees from Gitmo the other day, he's also at the same time issuing executive orders trying to make sure that you can't transfer your guns to anybody that you know, like your son or your daughter or your dad or your uncle, your best friend. He's more worried about you and your guns than he is those detainees in Gitmo. Why do I bring that up? You need an Attorney General who is willing to stand up and fight for the Constitution of this country. You need an Attorney General who's willing to stand up and fight for the Constitution of this state. You need an Attorney General who's willing to stand up and fight for the laws of this state. Every place that we have tried to change the direction of this state, the Democrat method, because they're out of control, has been to run to court. We ordered our current Attorney General in 2011 to fight Obamacare. We passed a law. We said we're not going to expand Medicaid. Medicaid's broken. We don't believe in this Obamacare business, and we're not going to do Medicaid. And by the way, Mr. Attorney General, we order you to litigate and join all the other states to fight Obamacare. What did our current Attorney General do? He said, you can't make me. I won't do it. You can't make me. Well, I mean, I guess we could have wasted our time impeaching him, but that would have been about the only way we could have done anything about making him do it. I don't think that would have been productive. I think we had too much on our agenda. They had left us too much broken government and too many broken budgets to worry about going into the political fight of impeaching Roy Cooper. That would have been a big political brouhaha and not worth the effort. Ever since that time, he stuck his finger in the air and said, do I want to do my job today for the people of North Carolina? Or am I worried about that next race that I'm going to run for? He refuses to join the lawsuit to challenge the unconstitutional executive order on illegal immigration. It doesn't matter what our policy disputes might be about what should we do about illegal immigration. Every 8th grader that has a decent education knows that the president does not have the authority to, by executive order, ignore the laws of these United States. Everybody knows that. It doesn't matter if you're a socialist like Bernie Sanders or whether you're a liberal like Josh Stein. Hey, Caleb. Tell Josh I said hey. I'm going to go off script for just a second. This nice, polite young man over here, his name is Caleb, and he is a very polite young man. The Democrats do not want me elected Attorney General. So they hire people like Caleb to follow around when they find out where I'm going to be with a video camera to record what I'm saying. It's called a tracker. The day I announced, Caleb was in the balcony of the Senate with a video camera. And I take that as a badge of honor. I'm not going to tell you anything different here than I would say anywhere else. Caleb asked me tonight when we were walking in, what was I going to say tonight? And I said, you're probably going to get bored hearing the same old thing. I'll mix it up a little bit, but it's basically the same message. That we have to have an Attorney General who is willing to stand up and fight for the laws of this state and the Constitution of this country and this state. Our current Attorney General has done the same thing over and over again. He surrendered at the first opportunity on our marriage amendment. The first opportunity that he could, he surrendered. Folks, I believe very strongly marriage is between a man and a woman. That is God ordained. I believe that in my heart of hearts. But when you get right down to it, it doesn't matter what I believe on that issue if I'm Attorney General. What matters is what the people of North Carolina believe. What matters is what the Constitution of North Carolina said. And that Constitution deserved to be defended to the bitter end. Roy Cooper didn't believe that. He was too busy giving speeches at Equality NC galas as their keynote speaker. Too busy talking about how wrong it was on the same law that it was his duty to defend. And he's done that time and time again. He's doing it right now with the voter ID laws, isn't he, David? He's issued press releases criticizing voter ID. The overwhelming majority of people in the state believe in voter ID. The overwhelming majority of people in this country believe in voter ID. Most states have voter ID laws. But at the same time, he's supposed to be defending us. He's in press conferences doing fundraising statements talking about how wrong it is because he's too busy running for governor. It is time we change that. We have a great opportunity ahead of us here in North Carolina. We don't know who's going to be president. Now, I believe in my heart of hearts that North Carolina is going to vote for the Republican nominee for president. We pulled ourselves around in 2012. It was not our fault that Barack Obama got reelected. I cannot say the same for the people in Florida or Ohio. I hope that they'll pull it together. But we may very well be dealing with it's a car.
It's the motorcycle.
Sorry about that.
Democrat.
We may be very well dealing with Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton.
You're just reiterating what you're saying and supporting it.
Caleb, is that your buddy? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We may have Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton as president. We just have to face that reality. Who do you want standing there fighting to protect this state? I'm Buck Newton. I'm asking for three things. I'm asking for your vote. I need your vote in March, and I need your vote in November. I'm asking for your friendship. This is a big state. They tell me 10 million people live here now. It is, I think at latest count, a state with the most miles, most paved miles of any state. Texas argues about that. One year it's us, the next year it's them. But I believe we have the most miles right now. And I'm driving a whole lot of them. Everybody in this room has friends that live in Raleigh or Charlotte or Wilmington or somewhere other than here. Friends or family. Former co-workers, somebody you went to church with, your long-lost cousin. I need you to be my friend. I need you to be my friend on Facebook. I know y'all don't do Facebook anymore. Or social media, whatever it is. And I need you to be my friend by sharing my message and who I am. And like everybody else, I've got an envelope here. I need you to be my friend if you can help me out with $10 or $1,000 because it's going to cost millions of dollars to run this race by the time we get through in November. This is the biggest attorney's race in the nation this election cycle. It is so because of the presidential election, how important North Carolina is. It is so because of the governor's race, and it is so because of the U.S. Senate race and how crucial North Carolina is to that. The most important reason is it's one of the few open attorney general races in the nation this year, and this is one of the last southern states to not have a Republican attorney general. We have not elected a conservative Republican attorney general since Reconstruction. I'm not sure they were conservatives then anyway. But we've not elected one since Reconstruction. So we have a great opportunity ahead of us with this election. Now I hope I've convinced you to vote for me. I'm asking you to vote for me. I'm asking for your friendship. And I'm asking for your prayers. It is a dangerous job driving around this state because there are a lot of crazy people out there on the road. But it is hard on the family. It is hard on your friends. And down the road, when they come after us, they're going to take some of this videotape. And Caleb won't do it. He'll give them the straight tape. But somebody else will chop it up and edit it. And they'll make commercials. And they'll have me with a funny look on my face. And they'll put all kinds of, evil intentions coming out of my mouth. Because that's what they do. That's what politics, unfortunately, has degenerated into in so many ways. So you can mark my words. They're going to come after us. I have a 16-year-old, a 15-year-old sons, and a 13-year-old daughter. They tried to come after me in 2010 when I was running for the Senate. They ended up knocking off a 10-year Democrat incumbent that year. They ended up sending some of the pretty mailers about their dad to their mother in the mailbox. They'll do that. I need your prayers. I need your prayers. This is a tough job, but I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And we're going to get there. We have a great opportunity ahead of us. So with that, I will stop rambling. It was a little longer than I intended to go, Colonel. But so I'd ask you, if you would, please, for your vote, for your friendship, and for your prayers. I hope I've convinced you to vote for me, but if I haven't, I'm going to take about 10 more seconds, maybe 15. I hope to scare you into voting for me. I'd rather you vote for me, but I'll take you being scared voting for me. The Democrat who's running against me, or I assume will be the Democratic nominee, his name is Josh Stein. So I'll break the cardinal rule and I'm going to tell you exactly my opponent's name because I want you to know who he is. Josh Stein is a nice guy, but he's a committed progressive. He was born in, I don't know where he was born. He was raised up on Chapel Hill, but they sent him off to school at Dartmouth and Harvard Law, and he came back home to tell us how to do it. He worked for John Edwards, was his campaign manager, his chief of staff, and he has one of the most liberal voting records in the General Assembly. Quite honestly, folks, North Carolina's never seen a Democrat like this on a statewide level. Bernie Sanders, Hillary, I mean, we have not elected Democrats like this in this